Hey there, curious minds. Imagine a master key. Not just for your front door, but one that unlocks every single vault, every secret chamber in some huge, sprawling digital bank.
That's actually a really good way to think about it.
Yeah, it helps visualize privileged access in the digital world. It's that super sensitive control, that keeps our digital infrastructure running. But the big question is, what happens if that key falls into the wrong hands?
It's a critical question, really.
Yeah.
Privilege access isn't like your regular password login.
No.
It's the keys to the entire digital kingdom. If a standard key gets lost, well, it's annoying.
Right, a hassle.
But if that master key gets compromised, the whole organization is exposed. Huge risk. And that's exactly where privileged access management, or PM, comes into play.
Exactly. And to help us really get our heads around how organizations guard these crown jewels, we're doing a deep dive today. We're looking at an unofficial guide covering Delinea's suite of PAM solutions. Our mission for you, the listener, is basically to pull out the most important insights, give you a shortcut to understanding how companies protect these really critical digital assets.
Sounds good. Where should we start?
Okay, let's unpack this first. Why is privileged access such a monumental deal in cybersecurity? I mean, why isn't just a really strong password enough for, say, an admin account or maybe access to a critical server?
Well, what's truly fascinating here, I think, is the sheer power involved, and therefore the sheer risk.
Right.
Think of these privileged accounts as like the ultimate prize for attackers.
The crown jewels, as you said.
Exactly. Whether they're external hackers trying to break in or maybe even insider threats working from within, these accounts give them deep control over systems, over sensitive data, critical applications. A regular password might get you into your email.
Sure.
But a privileged credential, that could literally let someone shut down an entire network.
Wow.
Or steal a company's most valuable intellectual property. It's serious stuff.
Okay.
And this is precisely why the principle of least privilege is so fundamental.
Least privilege. Right.
Yeah, users should only ever have the absolute minimum access they need to do their specific job, nothing more.
So just enough to get the task done.
Exactly. And this drastically shrinks the what we call the attack surface.
Okay.
It leaves less digital real estate for a threat actor to actually exploit.
That idea, shrinking the attack surface, that seems really key.
It is.
So delving deeper into Delinea's approach then, how do they help secure, the very foundation for many organizations? Their servers. I understand the Delinea server suite is designed specifically for that, for comprehensive server privilege management.
That's right. This suite really focuses on making server environments secure and manageable, no matter how complex they might be. A standout feature is definitely the centralized policy management.
Okay, what does that mean exactly?
Well, imagine trying to manually manage all the access rules for maybe hundreds, even thousands of servers.
Oh, nightmare.
Yeah, across different locations, some on-premise, some maybe in the cloud. It's unmanageable.
Right.
So this centralized platform lets organizations define and enforce all their access policies from just one single place.
Ah, okay.
That ensures consistency, and it helps prevent those misconfigurations that, often lead to security gaps.
Makes sense.
And yes, it rigorously enforces least privilege, making sure that administrators, for example, only get the specific permissions they need for the time they need them and absolutely nothing more.
So this isn't just layering on more security features. It's fundamentally about shrinking that space an attacker can operate in.
Precisely.
What's the real-world upside of that for a company? What are the tangible benefits?
Oh, the benefits are incredibly tangible. First, you get enhanced security just by minimizing those attack surfaces. It makes it vastly harder for threats, even sophisticated ones, to move laterally if they do manage to get a foothold somewhere.
Oh.
Then there's operational efficiency. Managing access centrally saves just countless hours for IT teams.
Just imagine.
They no longer have to manually configure individual server permissions. And this also translates directly into compliance simplification.
How so?
Because you have streamlined reporting and session logging, it gives you clear audit trails for regulatory bodies.
Ah, okay. Proof.
Exactly. It all adds up to significant risk mitigation. And this suite, it's built to protect pretty much everything. Windows, Linux, Unix servers, the works.
Okay, comprehensive. And how does that actually look in practice? Say someone needs privileged access. What's the typical flow?
So in practice, administrators set up these very granular policies. They define exactly who can access which servers, when they can access them, and at what specific privilege level.
Okay.
Users then authenticate, often through something like Active Directory.
Right, which most companies use.
Exactly. For those maybe less familiar, it's essentially Microsoft's central ID card office for an organization's network. It manages who's who and what they can access.
Yeah.
So once they're authenticated, every single privileged session is meticulously monitored, it's logged, and often it's even recorded.
Recorded, like a video.
Yeah, like a screen recording of the session for audit purposes. That last part's critical. If something does go wrong, you have a complete tamper-proof record of exactly what happened.
Wow, that's powerful.
It is. And this level of expertise in PAM, the broad platform support, and just a proven security record, that's really why organizations choose Delinea for their server environments.
That sounds like a really strong foundation. But what about making that powerful access control even more unified, maybe more adaptive? The source material also highlights something called Delinea's privilege control for servers as a solution for securing critical infrastructure. How does that build on what we just discussed? Does it bring more into the fold?
It absolutely expands on it, yes.
Yeah.
This solution brings together several critical capabilities, giving you a truly holistic view.
Oh.
It offers comprehensive visibility. So think of a unified dashboard that shows you all privileged access activities happening all in one place.
Not just logs, but a live view.
Exactly. Not just a log file you dig through later. It's a real-time view where you can spot anomalies almost instantly.
Like what kind of anomaly?
Well, for example, if an account that normally logs in from, say, New York, suddenly tries to access from a country where you have zero business operations.
Red flag.
Big red flag. It gets flagged immediately. And this level of insight, it also really simplifies collaboration between IT, security, compliance teams. Everyone's looking at the same trusted data.
That kind of real-time insight sounds incredibly powerful. But managing all that data, spotting those anomalies, that could still feel like a huge task for IT teams, right?
That's a fair point.
Are we just talking about a system that shows you problems, or does Delinea actually help with the heavy lifting, maybe automating responses?
That's an excellent question. And yes, it definitely helps with the heavy lifting. That's through adaptive automation.
Adaptive automation, okay.
This means it can do things like risk-based access control. So it automatically adjusts permissions based on the user's context.
Context light.
Like, are they connecting from a known, secure company laptop versus maybe an unknown device on an untrusted network? The permissions might change automatically based on that risk assessment.
Clever.
It also automates those really repetitive, yet absolutely critical tasks, like password rotation.
The dreaded password rotation day.
Exactly. Also provisioning new user access, conducting access reviews. These things take time and are prone to human error. Automation significantly reduces that administrative burden.
I bet.
Plus, it enables automated threat response, so it can trigger alerts or maybe even automatically isolate a suspicious session.
So it sounds like this could save, countless hours. I remember a colleague years ago who used to dread password rotation day. It was basically an all-nighter for the team.
Right.
Is that the kind of mundane but critical task Delinea really sweeps off the table?
That's exactly the kind of task. Those all-nighter chores become automated background processes.
And what about the user experience? Does all this robust security feel clunky to the admin who actually needs to use it? Because, sometimes stronger security means a more cumbersome experience.
Yeah, that's a critical challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Security versus usability.
Always the trade-off.
Delinea really focuses on what they call usable security. The goal is to balance that strong security with user productivity. So it provides intuitive dashboards, and it integrates controls directly into the everyday server management workflows people are already using, trying to make it seamless for administrators.
So it fits into their work rather than adding extra hoops.
That's the aim. And a key underlying benefit of all of this, really, is the prevention of privilege escalation.
Privilege escalation. Okay, what's that?
That's where an attacker maybe gets a foothold with low-level access, like a standard user account.
Right.
And then they try to exploit vulnerabilities or misconfigurations to level up their permissions, aiming to become an admin or gain full control.
The classic hacker movie scene.
Pretty much. By strictly limiting privileges with least privilege and continuously monitoring activity, Delinea makes it incredibly difficult for an attacker to achieve that kind of escalation.
Okay, that makes sense. We've seen how critical PAM is for servers, typically on-premise. But what happens when those digital vaults aren't just in your own data center anymore?
Right.
What about the cloud? Or multiple clouds? Organizations are scattered across AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. That complexity must just explode.
It absolutely does. That's the perfect segue, actually.
How does Delinea help organizations manage privileged access in that kind of multi-cloud maze?
Yeah, the move to multi-cloud environments introduces entirely new layers of complexity for managing privileged access. It's a huge challenge. Delinea's Cloud Suite is designed precisely for this scenario. It's a unified platform specifically for managing privileged access in those multi-cloud settings.
Unified being the key word there.
Absolutely. Enhancing security, boosting operational efficiency, and helping with compliance all across the board, regardless of which cloud provider you're using.
So what are some of its standout features specifically for these cloud environments? What makes it different?
Well, it tackles several critical areas. First is identity consolidation.
Okay.
This simplifies user access by unifying identities across multiple different directories. So not just your traditional on-prem Active Directory, but also things like LDAP.
Which is?
Another common protocol for directory services, often used for centralized user management, especially in Linux, Unix environments.
Got it.
And also the various cloud identity providers themselves, like Azure AD or AWS IAM.
So one identity for the user, no matter where they need access.
That's the goal. One identity, one set of rules, regardless of where the user or the resource actually lives, cloud, on-prem, hybrid.
Nice. What else?
Then there's privilege elevation, but done smartly, with both just-in-time and just-enough privileges.
Just in time and just enough. Break those down.
Okay. Just-in-time means you get temporary access only when you actually need it. It's not persistent, always-on access. You request it, use it, and then it expires.
Ah, so no standing privileges hanging around.
Exactly. Reduces risk massively.
Yeah.
And just enough means you only get the precise permissions necessary for the specific task you need to do right then, not broad, generic admin rights.
So nobody holds that master key for longer than they absolutely need it, or with more power than their current task requires. Makes sense.
Precisely. You also get robust MFA enforcement.
Multi-factor authentication, like getting a code on your phone.
Yep. That's enforced not just at login, but also for any request for elevated privileges. Another layer of security.
Good.
There's also comprehensive session monitoring, similar to the server suite, with activity recording, real-time oversight, and that crucial anomaly detection tailored for cloud environments.
And I assume it works across different clouds.
Critically, yes. It offers multi-cloud support, allowing organizations to manage privileged access across AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and others, all from that single centralized dashboard.
It certainly sounds like a comprehensive solution for a complex problem. But for organizations maybe already deep into multi-cloud, often with their own established workflows and tools, how much of a lift is it to integrate something like Delinea's Cloud Suite? Are there common hurdles?
That's a very practical question. And look, any new security solution requires some integration effort. That's unavoidable.
Sure.
But Delinea's focus on usable security and that unified platform design really aims to minimize that lift. The goal generally isn't to rip and replace everything.
Okay.
It's more about integrating with existing cloud-native tools and established workflows where possible, trying to make the transition smoother.
So it plays nice with others, hopefully.
That's the idea. And the big benefits here are, I think, undeniable for multi-cloud setups. You gain enhanced security by enforcing least privilege consistently and monitoring everything. You get simplified identity management by consolidating all those diverse cloud and on-prem identities. Big win.
Yeah, that sounds huge.
And increased operational efficiency through all the automation. We talked about GIT access, approvals, reviews, and crucially, it's a massive boost for regulatory compliance.
Ah, the compliance angle. How does it help there specifically?
Well, by providing those rigorous audit trails, the session recordings, the enforced least privilege, the MFA, it helps organizations meet those really strict data protection standards. Things like GDPR for personal data in Europe,
Right.
HIPAA for healthcare information in the US,
Okay.
and PCI DSS for credit card data. These regulations demand strong access controls and proof, which this provides.
So it ticks a lot of boxes for the compliance folks.
It really does.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it provides consistent privileged access management, a single pane of glass across all those diverse, complex cloud platforms.
Okay, so we've explored specific solutions for servers like the server suite and this more unified approach for the complexities of multi-cloud with the cloud suite and privilege control. What's the overarching philosophy here? What ties all of Delinea's PAM solutions together? If we kind of zoom out, what's the bigger picture Delinea is painting?
Yeah, if we connect all these dots, zoom out to the bigger picture, it's really about providing PAM solutions that are robust, yes,
Hmm.
but also flexible and scalable. Solutions tailored to specific environmental needs, whether that's your traditional on-premise data center servers or these incredibly complex, sprawling, multi-cloud or hybrid environments we see everywhere today.
So meeting organizations where they are.
Exactly. The consistent goal, the thread running through all their offerings, is applying those core security principles rigorously.
Like least privilege.
Least privilege, definitely. Comprehensive automation to reduce manual effort and errors. Real-time visibility so you know what's happening, and strong compliance capabilities.
Applied everywhere, critical.
Applied across all critical infrastructure. It's fundamentally about drastically reducing the overall risk and significantly enhancing an organization's security posture no matter where their digital assets actually live.
What an insightful deep dive. Really, from those granular controls on individual servers all the way to unifying identities across these vast, complex cloud environments, it's crystal clear that managing privileged access is, well, it's sophisticated, but it's an absolutely essential challenge for any organization today. It really
Yeah.
is about protecting those master keys, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And this maybe raises an important question for you, the listener. As you think about your own organization or maybe the businesses you interact with every day, where are their most sensitive digital access points? Where are those master keys kept? Are they adequately secured against the kind of evolving threats we see constantly? And maybe more profoundly, how might a comprehensive, unified approach to privileged access management impact not just security posture, but also things like operational efficiency and maybe even regulatory confidence? Something to consider.
Definitely something to mull over. Great food for thought to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.